All right, guys, so we're back to this acetate photo mat. Another reason to love or to fall in love with digital collections. You cannot do this if you have a paper collection. All right. You can, here I switched to print to mirror image, and I'm going to show you that. That's just a flip. All right. And you want to flip horizontally when you are doing something like this. So when you flip it over, all right, you've got a perfect image. I forgot where I put these, but I think it's here and here. Let's see. Oh, the little one goes on this side. Apparently, when this one cut on the scan and cut, it cut the little this little dot out here, so you won't see it here. But I can easily just cut that. Not a biggie. Or just ooh, I cut these manually and these with my scan and cut. So the scan and cut apparently picked up the orange polka dot and cut it out. But just in case, you know, we have something like that, you can always just, so you don't see white. I'd rather see a little black than to see white around the edge. But you won't see anything. All right, so we've got this guy first, right? We can ink him, of course. So to see mirror image, here's where you can tell right away. So there's the stem going that way, and here's the stem going that way. All right, so that gives you a perfect match on the back. And I say mirror image, but that is called a flip, and I'm going to show you in just a minute. If you have Photoshop Elements, you can do it there. If you have, or if you're printing software, when you hit print, there's a software that you hit print on, and that will do it for you too. So you don't have to have anything special. I'm just kind of programmed to just open things up in my elements that that's pretty much, ooh, wrong place, darn it, over here. I was like, why is that showing so much? I totally screwed that one up. So I'm just used to doing everything in Photoshop Elements because that's what I'm used to. But when you hit print, I'll show you, I'll do it for you too, so you can see. All right. Ooh, too much. Should have used my new little tool. Too much glue. But as you can see, look at how beautiful that is on the front and on the back. And that is a gorgeous, gorgeous photo mat. All right. So let's quickly change the camera view so I can show you. So if you are on Photoshop Elements, right here, so this is what it normally looks like. Right there. If you look at the green guy, he's facing to the right. And if you go to Image, Rotate, and then pick Flip Horizontally, you'll see him, he's facing the left now. And these guys have switched heads over here to the sides, okay? If you look at the girl, her needle is now on the left as opposed to the right. So if you go to let's go to your folder, right? And let's go back to the Happy Halloween. And let's pick this one right here. You see this? You're in your printing program. You just opened it up. So what you're going to do when you open it up, this is like your photo editor, if you will. When you click on an image, a JPEG, and you click on it, it opens up into your photo editor. So what you want to do is, usually it says either edit image or find the edit image button. Click on it. All right. You see where you get rotate and flip. Everybody's looks different, but all of the commands, you will find them in your photo editor. You will find rotate, you will find flip, you will find straightening, everything. It just depends on your software on where it's located. Here it's right in front of my face. So when you hit flip, take a look at the big old apple. All right, you'll see what's going to happen. Poof, she moves over to the left hand side. All right, so that is all you want to do. That is a mirror image, and in your editing software, it's typically called flip. That's all you have to do. And you will be able, my friends, to create some really nice, acetate photo mats and all sorts of acetate things, because you'll be able to glue the same thing on the front as you did on the back, which I have to say is the most perfect thing. And we'll be doing this a lot. All right. So I'm glad that you guys got that. I was able to show you how to do that flip. All right, let's continue. So for this tag that we have right in here, so I glued our girl, our super cute little girl here with the with the needle here, and she's got a little sidekick. So I'm gonna stick him somehow right around there. But before we do that, I printed some, as you know, some of my images. I did the mirror image thing, so I did these. Well, I forgot that goes in there that way. So as you can see, they're here and then over here. All right, so I did mirror image, and they just match each other perfectly. Or the flip that I showed you guys how to do. I don't know why I always go back to mirror image. So I have a couple of eyeballs here that I'm going to stick to the bottom of this tag. It'll be my pull. So I've got this long string here. So instead of doing a typical tie, because this is Halloween, why not we make a big old knot? All right. So you want the string kind of, I don't know, just, we'll see what we get, right? So you're going to need hot glue for this. You're going to need a front and a back eyeball, or whatever you want to use. I did put my tag reinforcer on there, and oh God, I hope I don't burn myself. And it is a waste. All right, it is a waste. Ow, 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 ow. Careful with this now. So I don't know. We'll see what we're going to get. Hopefully, I get some of this sticking out. I'm making it too tidy. I don't want it to be tidy. All right. Oh, I didn't mat the back, but that's okay. All right, so it wasn't supposed to be this tidy, but as you can see, that's what we got going on here. All right, so that goes back in there. Ideally, I wanted it less tidy. So you're going to put that in there. You got the eyeball looking knows where. I probably should have thought that through a little bit more. But you guys get the picture, right? You get what I'm going with here. We'll try that again. My eyeball's looking in all sorts of wrong directions. This guy's going to go right behind here. All right, so we're going to put the glue right here for now, just to somehow connect him right there to her dress. Because I don't want him too close. There we go. And then we can hook him up right here. There you go. And there's the needle. So that's her little sidekick. It looks super cute. I ripped off this closure because I was wondering why I was having so much trouble with this closure. It's because in the original one I did a flap over here, and it didn't occur to me because I didn't want to cover this guy's face up. So I ripped it all off. I'm going to redo the magnet in here so that it just and even though you don't need it because this holds it closed, but we'll see. We'll see what I wind up doing. I'm not sure. But I took that off because it bumps into here. My hand just doesn't work right there close to that. So I really dislike it when things don't work out well. So I love the way that this turned out. So you got the string kind of sticking out of here. Try to go for a messier look. Wonder if I can still stick some string in there. I really wanted a messier look, guys. But apparently, when I'm going for a mess, I don't know how to make a mess. You know, like I want it really sticking out of there like that. So maybe it's because I was so afraid of my hot glue, I was trying to bundle it up. So if you have those silicone fingers that don't let you get burned, just make it really messy. I was going for something super messy. This is not so messy. All right, but I really don't feel like burning my fingers. I don't have those finger protectors. So this has to go in first. Then goes your this piece that goes back here. And here I just put one of the stickers. I did a little stamping and a few layers of sentiments for photos. All right, so that goes there. Her little ponytail's getting beat up. And I could probably tie this here now, because I didn't get the look I really wanted there, so sorry about that. So I didn't get the look exactly that I wanted here, so maybe I could, this piece that's sticking out, I can put this arsenic tag there, right there, and then stick the string back there without trying to get burned. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, I think I like that better. All right, so see, how did I do that? You saw it, boo-boo, and then just dangle this from there, okay? That's how these things happen. All right, super, now that I really like that now. See, that little dangle there, it gives it a little added touch. All right, so let's continue. To dry with it staying open the whole time. So I did a little experimentation. First of all, the glue just dries and you pull it right off the tools, which is amazing. Okay. Oh, by the way, I stopped crafting at 1 o'clock because that's the time I have to go pick up Faith. And it is now 5:03. All right. So it's been several hours. So there it is, peeling it off. And it's just amazing, amazing, amazing what a little tool can do. Remember this was all with glue around it. There it is, just peeling off. Easy peasy, right? And then here, I'm going to put this tool back in here so you can see what happens. So, of course, you get a coating, right? And then you just peel that off. And then you have more glue. All right, so this is 5 hours, which is amazing, of no touching. So I love this. I would never leave it open for 5 hours. I would have closed it when I went to go pick up Faith, right? But I wanted to see what's going to happen. That's how you test things. That's how you know if they're going to work for you or not. All right, so when I went to pick up Faith, I was using it for it was open for about 2 hours already. I was using it. I think I have 2 hours worth of video uploaded to YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. All right, look at that. Look. 5 hours, guys. 7 hours, actually, in total. 7 hours uncovered. Well, 6 hours uncovered. And there's your glue as good as new. All right, but I would never do that. Because when I would go pick up Faith, I would close it again, right? So look at this little pod. How fabulous is this thing? Oh my gosh, I'm sold. Silly, I'm sold. If you guys buy it, make sure you say Paper Phenomenon sent you. This is fabulous. Now, I will say I wish it was a different color, but it's in red. All right? Who knows? We may get different colors. I hope you try this. If you try it, I hope you love it. If you don't love it, just let me know. I'm curious to see what you don't love about it because I can't even imagine. Well, let it dry, right? Before you start getting schmutz all over your fingers. So, no more clogging of the glue because we have this little pot. I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of my glue. Never. Of my glue thing. I will use it for whenever I need to use my glue bottle, right? But, oh my gosh. No more taking this off, put it back on, taking it off, put it back on, taking it off, put it back on. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So I am elated. So thank you, Dr. E, for such a great find. And wow, enjoy, guys. Enjoy. All right, let's continue crafting. So I had another idea. So I cut this patch at 6 by 5. A piece of cardstock. Sorry, it's not a patch. I'm making it a patch. I'm rounding the corners. Okay. I'm going to glue this. So using my glue, because I need a lot more flow. Okay. So I'm going to glue this over the mess that I need to cover because I cannot live with that closure. All right. So now close in my glue. And sorry, embellishments, you're goners. It's okay. There's more where that came from. Sometimes you got to sacrifice something. And this is my sacrifice. This is it. This is what I had to sacrifice. All right. Because I needed a smooth edge for this closure that I'm about to hook up, I had to cover the edge of the flap. I couldn't just, put a piece of cardstock on top. And I also had to cover this mess up that I made back here. So that's why that was the result. All right, so I've got this piece here. And I'm going to round these corners. But I'm around the corners, but before I mat it, okay, because again, I need this nice smooth edge. before I mat it, I'm going to get another piece of black paper. And it's going to be the same exact height, which is at 5 inches. Okay, right there. And we can go just a little under so we don't have to deal with it. Just 1/8 of an inch under. Actually, 1/4 of an inch under, so my mat will hide it. Okay, right there. And I'm going to stick it down. Okay, I'm going to stick it down. So, I'm going to use my new little tool. This would be good for you to see how much control you have with the glue you're applying. So just a little bit on that edge, and because you're applying it flat, it's not going to ooze like a bead does when you apply a bead of glue. So right on the edge, as if you were matting. Okay, right on that edge. So we're essentially creating an opening. Nope, not right on the edge. Forgive me. Right on the edge of this. My bad. Right on the edge of this. So just slightly away, guys. Just slightly away from the edge of this flap. So it's about, we're going to be nice and straight, it's about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so glue that down. Right there. So it's just got to clear that flap right there. All right, beautiful. Now when you mat, you're going to mat right on top of that flap. So now we have to measure from here to here and cut our mat. So that's about 2 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 2 and let me try 2 3/4 inches to see what it looks like before I start. See if I want to bring it all the way to the edge or not. Actually, 2 3/4 inches is perfect. Okay, so let me ink this. Where is my, right here. Okay, I ink this edge right here. All right, so we've got that done. And now I'm going to stick this right on here, right on the edge of this cardstock piece right here, okay? Right on that edge. I'm going to grab quite a bit of glue so I can spread it. So this pretty much replaces your finger, guys. The spreading of the glue with your finger. That's what it does. Okay, and then there's a little stand right there. Oh gosh, I love this thing. I made a mess, but I still love it. Be careful not to seal your pocket shut like I'm just about to do, because I put a little too much glue on there. Alrighty. Let me grab my bone folder and lift that just a little bit so that I don't seal my pocket shut. There we go. Okay. I actually really like this. I'll probably do a white ink border right there. All right, so now your closure, my friends, will be some sort of photo mat of some sort. Another little booklet that we're going to make. So pretty much here would be your closure, guys. And it's going to be transparent. It's still lifting. It doesn't matter what I put there. At least it's not flapping around. Although it would never flap around because it's at the very bottom. But it has to be all of this that I have in here. I know it's what it is. I'm just being difficult with myself. And the string and button closure is going to do the same exact thing. So there's no point of doing that. And I'm kind of over that closure already. mean, it is what it is. I give up. But I have to say, I really do like that patch there. I like it a lot. And we can just, you can put a photo here or whatever you want. You can put another boo guy up there if you want to. But there's no point. Give it up, Kathy. Give it up. But I will say I do like that. We did something new. I definitely love it. Hello there, guys. So I gave up on this, and now it's just a pocket. All right, a pocket and a photo mat. We're on rendition, what, 3 of this closure here. So I decided to go with a paper clip. All right, so we're going to alter a paper clip, and I'm going to give you some sizes here just in just a minute. So I have this punch here because it makes smaller rounded corners. Sometimes I don't always want that really big rounded corner, so I've got that one. And I've got a large paper clip. Sorry, I got to fix my chair. And a large paper clip. All right, so I made this and this little fold over piece here. And this measures, oopsie, this is 4.5 by 4. And you're going to fold it right in half and just layer a couple of pieces of paper. All right. Then you're going to get your paper clip. Okay. And initially I was going to stick it over this here like this, right? Just to hide it with my ghost and everything else that I have going on, because this is the paper clip part right here. All right. So I don't have to layer everything over it. So I think I still can do that. So that's why I've got the paper clip now right on top. Okay. So I'm going to put my ghost over it. And I also stamped quite a few sentiments in orange and in black. And this is one of the collection. And I've got this little potion bottle here. And I've got this circle here. I've got a few pieces of candy. And that's it for now. I also printed my embellishments again because I was running super low on these. So I have the candy corn here, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'm just going to stick to this. So I've got my ghost here. And I think I want to put him like that. I think I like him like that better. And then we've got, we can put, I don't want to put, do I want to put Boo here? I mean, it's so obvious, right? Boo. Then with the little potion bottle right here. Not on top of the ghost. We'll have the Boo on top of the ghost. And then the potion bottle over here on the corner. Or perhaps sticking out of the... No, go back to the corner. Back to the corner where you were, right there, a little higher. And then we can do creepy right here on the side. Look how cute that looks already. Okay, I think I got something good going here already. And then we can layer. Hocus Pocus is so big. I guess I can do Haunted on top of there. Okay, I've got what I want. So I'm going to use my glue bottle for this. And I could use hot glue, but I'm not even going to bother. I want them just to stay within the frame. I don't want them to come out, okay? I want them to stay right there. I don't want them to be above here at all. Let me try Beware because this is what I was going with first. And this gave me more space for my bottle. And then I had Haunted down here. This is what I originally had. My little test. Maybe not. Stay. It's so hard when things don't want to stay where you want them to be. There it is. And then Haunted. That was a little lower. Right there. And then my creepy I guess my creepy was in orange. I want creepy in black because I want to dangle Boo somewhere down here. All right, I got it. I like the Beware there. Okay, so I'm going to take Beware and I'm going to glue it to my ghost so it just can stay still. All right, and then I'll just glue everything down when I'm ready for it. And then Haunted, again gluing it right on top of Beware, like so. See that? And then I can put this right here and creep, well actually tuck it under there. It's another layer, and then do creepy right there. Yep, okay. And there goes my potion bottle. Do I want it here or do I want it, I think I want it here. Because it can stick out of the side. Where I don't want it to stick out of is the top. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. Alrighty. So we can have it stick out the side a little bit. See, it's kind of creeping out the side there. And then, let's see what else I have. I think I had a piece of round candy, which would be cute here. Yeah, maybe too big. Oh no, I love that. Perfect. And then creepy. Or maybe we don't need creepy. Maybe we'll just leave it at those three. Okay, and this is just an adornment. Doesn't need to have anything else. Let me ink this up. And we're going to stick this back behind Beware. Doesn't seem to be big enough now. Where I had it before, it seemed to be big enough. Oh yeah, that one's cuter. We'll do this bigger candy, shall we? Seems to be where I'm putting the glue is not where it needs to be. And I guess now there's room for creepy. Forget the glue that you see there. That was just a boo-boo. Okay, love that. And it's covering part of the ghost's face. That is so cute. I love all that layering. All right, so if this doesn't close it, needless to say, I'm going to scream. All right? You may catch me having a meltdown here on my channel if I can't get this to close the way I want it to. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let me put my closure back on, my glue stopper. Okay, let's move this out of the way because I need all of this. I don't want this to get lost. Back onto my embellishment steps. I don't know, I like this, but then I don't like it. I feel like it covered, what's the point of all that layering I did? Maybe I should just leave it at that. We'll see, I can always add it. Let's let that dry. What was the point of all of that layering? Oh, I know what I wanted to, darn it. I know what I wanted to do at the top. To cover up the paper clip some more. Because you don't have to read the whole sentiment. Like, there we go. I like that a lot. I feel like it was too plain on top. There we go. I haven't been crafting consistently, so I've been covering up my glue. Okay. Okay, perfection. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and buff it a little bit at the top and on the sides. So I don't want it to be so perfect. Okay. And now, if this does not work, guys, I give up crafting. I'm lying to you all. All right, I can live with that. And that looks so cute. So, so cute. So now I have to figure out what to do with this, but that's for later on. This guy just totally exhausted me, this closure here. I can live with this. See, it's much better. I cover my beware, but I can live with that. We'll see what comes of this right here. I don't know. This hocus pocus is not going to show up here. Black on black. But, I mean, I can live with that. I'll figure out something later. But for now, I'm stepping away from this nemesis of mine. All right, so now we're going to come right over here to this piece right here. Because I love, this was supposed to be a paper clip, but I don't need a paper clip there. I'm going to use this. I need... this straight piece here is just kind of defeats the purpose, right, of everything else that we had going on here. So I got this right here. Let me cut that. Very cute. So let's layer these two pieces up here. All right, so I guess I can leave my glue open now because I'm back to crafting. And I really like the red part of this. I mean, I like all of them. It all depends what you're doing. So I left a little space, teeny tiny space for tucking because I'm not really going to tuck too much here. I'm just creating some interest here. Not too much. And I'm not tucking anything behind there. I'm just anchoring, giving an anchor for my embellishment here. Alrighty, like so. And we can do so many things here. We can do this cauldron, which is absolutely adorable. Right here. Just kind of put it right there. And then we can do one of these sentiments. Let's see. I hope I didn't use the cauldron one, which I'm sure I did. What I got here. I don't want to lose anything, I guess is what I'm saying. Oh, we can do magic, because it is magic. This one is too long. Oh, broomstick. Broomstick is good. Or we can do a monster. I love these monsters. Oh no, this guy, I'm going to use him over here. I just have to put some sort of layer. All right, so let me find something that fits here. Nice. October 31st, and I'm loving that. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm done with this because I have so many layers already. I'm quite over this album now. Quite over it. It's just so cute. It turned out so cute. I don't want to keep on overdoing it. Nice and simple. Because I don't want it to get too fat. What will happen is it will get too fat. And see what happens on the black. Which, by the way, of course, not this side has it, but some of the pieces were torn in half, some of the areas of this label. And I thought that was pretty cool. I guess not anymore, though. Nope, 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 nope. Get over it, Kathy. So now we got to pry it off. Okay. Nah. It's not. I'm curious to see. Nope. I was curious to see how much you can see, but because I like kind of hidden things like this. You know, where they're just there but not there. But here there's just too much black behind the spider. The spiders are not in the right place. Let me see. Just a little kind of writing back there. Love that. And so we're done here. We're done over here. I haven't decided if I'm going to add another closure to that or I'm just going to put a little sticker there of some sort to hide that. And here are our booklets. So that's that. So cute. We decorate the booklet from in here. I'm just trying to give a quick review here. These are all decorated. So these are super easy, guys. Oh, I think I'm going to use this guy here. He's too cute there. How could I not? And then we're going to put this right here. Not too much decorating because my book is getting super fat and I cannot have it. Cannot have it too fat. Because then it doesn't work, right? For putting pictures in it. So that's going to go here. And you can layer your keep out sticker underneath this, but you know, sometimes simple is nice. Have some white space. White space is important. Very, very important. All right. And this guy is just going right. Hang on, I got something here. All right. And then this guy, I'm just going to give him a strip of paper. And I think I want to give him maybe some purple. Oh, maybe I'll do this. Because maybe it'll match my disaster over there. Which actually turned out pretty good. I really like him just on the white, to be honest. He looks so good there. Who says he needs a floor? I love him on there. I feel like he... Oh, crap. Good thing I didn't mess that up. I feel like he needs a floor. I know you guys know what I mean by he needs a floor. He really doesn't need a floor. I mean, he looks good there, don't get me wrong. But I just love him on here. Maybe I can do some, I know what. I know what I'm going to do to give him a floor without giving him a floor. I really like him on that white background. All right, there we go. All right, stamps are amazing. So there he's got something to anchor him with without having to change the color because I love the white. Again, in this case, we literally have white as white space or white as white space. He's so cute. He looks great right there. That is just adorable. So there, see the little specks down there, which is perfect. And this is what's going to hang out of here. Of course, we can do some more stenciling on there, but you don't have to. I want to do one more paper clip. Okay. That right there. That's going to go in here with our boiling pot and perhaps a sentiment. Let's see what he says. Halloween party. got something. Looks like she's boiling there, which is pretty fabulous. Well, I want the single layer because I'm going to do something with that double layer. I did a mirror image. I just remembered that. Okay, perfect. Or maybe the floral eyeball. Let me cut this out really quickly. I use some embellishments twice, okay? Well, I printed out a mirror image, so I've got the second ones that I'm using are the mirror image that I use to stick together. Or the flipped ones, I should say. Okay. All right, just about done here. All right, beautiful. And then we're going to ink this up just a little bit. And I think this is what we're using instead of the cauldron, because I have another thought for the cauldron. There it is. How perfect is that? All right, so let's glue this on. You got to do a little bit of stamping to extend this all the way to the end, because otherwise it'll look super weird, like our little swirly do. And I'm going to have to stamp this off camera if you can't see it. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to do the swirly do on the bottom again. That will be it will be inside the folder, but you'll see it. And then that will go like that. And we'll get a little bit of glue back here. And that's just super duper adorable with an eyeball. Absolutely adorable. You can also put another little note back there, but I'm going to have a paper clip off to the side, so I want it to be pretty simple. All right, so now let's make our paper clip. So two things I did. I added a photo mat, white photo mat here. This is 2¼ inches by 3, and I left a little tuck space back here just in case we wanted to add a little bug or something back there. That would be adorable. Then here, we're going to leave it at the paper clip. I'm not going to do the paper clip for this because the book is too stuffed with the photo mats that I added. But I wanted to go over the photo mats that I initially did for the project, because look how fat this is. This is huge. I'm going to do a final review on this. It's huge. Look at that. I still have to cover that. But I want to show you how to go over how to attach the mats that I created for this project initially. I just gave you some different styles. I like doing different things for in my projects. And those are my go-to mats. So anyway, having said that, here is what I asked you to cut up. I don't know if you guys, to cut these up from your cutting guide and to whatchamacallit. Hold on, let me think. What do I do here? Okay, this goes with this. Yeah, okay, these two go here. This is just a separate one. Okay. And I think this one goes with this one. Let me figure it out. Hold on. So I pull them out. I pull all the original ones out so you can see what we got going on here. So I pulled this one out because we did this one too, but in that really large, in that really large size. So I'll show you all that in the final review so you can see. So instead of these photo mats, like this one and this one, I gave you some alternatives, all right? But you can absolutely make these if you want to. All you have to do is go look at the original. This is just a, no, it is a trifold. So all you have to do is just look at the original one, all right? I I didn't do this one though, but again, if you want to make something like this, you can look at the original one. You know, if you want to do something like this, you can look at the original one. This one here is this one, right? This one right here. I just made it a little bit bigger because, you know, you can. And so this one here is, let me get my cutting guide out instead of guessing. Hang on one second. Storyline album, cutting guide, cardstock version. All right, so this is this one. These pieces are the pop-up photo mat. Okay, right here. So you have your piece A scored down the middle. You've got your piece B, right? And your score lines have to be mirror image, right? And you're going to miter. And then you're also going to do a quick little cut, which is this one right here. Let me see what I did here. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, so it's this one. This is the one we're making right here. That is gorgeous. What a fun little photo mat. Okay, get over yourself, Kathy. All right, so I'm going to make a little mark, and you can follow the original measurements. Doesn't really matter. I never follow my original measurements. I come up with a completely different design. So 3 and 3. Okay, so you can make your tick marks. So from the edge at 3 and from the bottom edge at 3 as well. Make those tick marks. And remember, these have to be mirror image like this. So do like that. And then I'm going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to place that 3 mark there and this 3 mark right here and cut them both at the same time. Okay, right there. So this we have to ink. Oh no, so let's ink, whoopsie. Let's ink. Did I really use both of them black? Oh my gosh, Kathy, you are a mess. I used my purple one with black and my black one with black. Oh well. All right, so now we're going to grab the base. Grab the base, and now we're going to apply some glue to it. See how this glue works with my pockets. Got a little too much on there. As opposed to my glue bottle, right? So one goes on this side. That's pretty perfect. I really like this. I love these brushes. My goodness. Again, something you have to get used to. And that would go here. Okay. And then this piece, literally, just you glue it right here to this end, to this side right here. Okay. And you glue this after you mat. Well, you just have to mat, you know, just a little bit. You don't have to go all. It depends, because you can see down there. But are you really going to be doing this, guys? I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Right? So it all depends on you, on what you want to, on how you want to mat that. But I can tell you right now that I highly doubt you're going to be doing that. So I'm going to glue mine down because I can mat around it. And you can glue the entire panel or just this here. You don't have to glue the whole panel. It'll still work. Oh, wrong way. It's better when you're on a flat surface. Right to the end, okay? And there you have it. There is your first photo mat. That's one. And then for the photo, this is the pop-up photo mat. Love that. And then the other one is called, on your cutting guide, it's called just photo mat 1. And very easy peasy. Okay. That one is this one right here. This one, believe it or not, that's this photo mat. It just starts off like this and it ends up like that. Okay, so you want to add your glue to your flap. Okay, and just stick it down right to the score line without going over that score line. And there you have it, guys. There's your photo mat. Again, the other one is with file folders, so it looks, you know, you've got that edge on the bottom, but you can absolutely make this asymmetrical look if you want to. Why not? All you have to do is make this side shorter or this side shorter, and that's it. If you want to have this asymmetrical look here, which I would say absolutely have this asymmetrical look. Okay, so what I would do is shorten this side right here, because this is the one that you add on. Well, you still would have to shorten the, doesn't matter, you still have to shorten the tab. So let's go with this one, okay? So I'm going to go for 3/4 of an inch. And I'm using my knife. All right, you can still get that asymmetrical look that you want. Yep. And if you want to do that tab look, all you have to do is just freehand it. See that? Like so. And you still get that tab look if you want that same look on this particular number right here. See? You could even bring it in further if you want to. But that is entirely up to you. That's straight all the way around. The tab is over here on this side. So in order to get the same exact thing, what I would do is do this. Right there. I'm not going to fold it all the way, of course. And with a pencil, just so that they look the same, right? Oh, I did go too far with the folding. My bad. Just, there you go. And you've got a little bit of a folder look, not that complete full-blown folder look. Okay? Not exactly, but you know, you just have to do something like that. And there are the two photo mats, right? These photo mats will not fit into my project because I made too many other photo mats. But if you want them, go for it, guys. You have your guides here with this one. You have some really, if you got the add-on paper, I can't help myself. I have to use one of these add-on papers. They're so cute. Like, how could you not? I mean, seriously. Let's use the princess one. She's so cute. Look at, this is all you have to do for this thing. Just stick a piece of paper on here because that's how cute it is. I can't help myself. I have to do it. Okay. I get my trimmer. And this is by what again? Okay. I do not need this. How cute is this paper? Look. So you do that there. That's what I would do there. And we can do this one back here. If we cut it better, we'll have more. So this one can go here. So the other top of that 5 1/4 can go right there. The moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. We can put the moon on the back. Why not? Oh, the moon will actually not come out in the back, I think. Let me see. Oh, I cut right through the moon. We don't want to do that. Oh, well, we just may have to. Too bad. Sorry, moon. We're putting this guy in the back, like so. That way, oh, we can still have the moon. Why not? We can have a part of the moon. Let's see what that looks like. No, we cover the moon completely. We just get a little bat action. But I'm okay with that. That looks beautiful. Love, love, love that. And now to cover this with it glued together like I showed you guys, of course, you know I'm going to want to go with a stripe. You know that. So this pocket, I'm just going to do it right here to show you guys. Let me just cut it at 5 3/4 inches because that's what the width is. Right, so I can get it in there. I was going to say, did I cover the whole thing? Oh my gosh. 1 1/4, guys. Just cut it at 1 1/4. Looks so small for 1 1/4. Yep, 1 1/4. All right, and now you're going to get 1 1/4. I'm going to do 1 3/8 of an inch. It does measure 1 1/2, but just looks too dinky. All right, that looks better. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler. You want to be able to see the bottom, okay? So you're going to place it as if you were matting, just like that. Then you're going to take your ruler and place it 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of, from this edge right here, 1/8 of an inch away from that edge, and just cut your mat. Draw your line and cut, like so. And you've got yourself a perfect little mat. And if you want to, just do a mirror image, right, like this, and go ahead and cut the other side. Whoopsie. Oh, we don't have enough paper. That sucks. Hold on a minute. Yes, we do have enough paper. This way. No, it would be this way. No, we don't. No matter how I put it, we don't have enough paper. Don't be cheap, Kathy. Cut another piece of paper. My goodness. What a cheapskate. I was really, 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 really trying to save that paper. Did you see that? And just cut another one. And you've got yourself your mats for there. Oh, this one's a little, I did a little off, but I'll live. How did that happen if I had them together? Huh. But you get the idea, right? You get the idea. And then here, this is for photo mats. That is for photo mats. So you can do, these are 6 inches, so you can do 3-inch photos right there. Just photo mats like I did here. See that? And I added some embellishments. I did some sewing, but no need for any of that. Honestly, I would do black photo mats here is what I would do. Let me ink this because I definitely want to mat. It's so cute. So, so cute. And I am done with this project. And the final video will be a final review of everything that I've done. And I hope you enjoyed this altered paper phenomenon project, right? Because this was an original project and I completely altered it. I remixed a brand new project. How crazy is that? So you got two looks for the price of one, guys, which I think is pretty good. I'm a little annoyed with this, that I cut it so deep. I hate it. I can't live with that. Cannot. This one is practically the same. I have to redo that matte. Sorry, guys. I don't like it when things look like that. And because I couldn't see, so I'm going to do a different way just in case the same thing happens to you, okay? Okay, so let's cut that 1 3/8 inch piece again. We know we need 2 of them, right? Because we can't go. So what you're going to do is you're going to place it in here. As if you were matting, right there. And then you're going to make your mark. Okay, you're going to cut right on that mark. Right on it. Don't mess it up, cat. Oop, something shifted. You're going to cut right on that mark. And then from the straight side, you're going to remove 1/8 of an inch. Okay? From the straight side. And now I have a really nice mat. I couldn't live with that other one. Oof, too much. I forgot I have to cut another one. I was trying to save again. Trying to save. Let's make sure that this one is perfect, because it should be. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. I don't know. It just doesn't work exactly the way it does on the other side. Why? I cut them together. That's so interesting. I'm just going to do it again. Doesn't seem to fit exactly right, and I cut them together. Did you guys see that? You were my witnesses, but it doesn't fit on the other side the way it should. So again, as if you were matting, so you should have a little bit on the top, you know, center it to the space. Whoopsie. Now cut directly on that pencil mark. I'm glad I didn't use it as a template. And then cut 1/8 of an inch off the edge. Oh, I think I cut a little bit under. No, I didn't. All right, so this one works. I don't know, this one, I did them together, but it seems like this one is a little bit longer than this one, for whatever reason. So there you have it, guys. No wonder it was off when I used the other one as a template. It looked terrible. I hate sloppy matting. All right, so let's get some glue on here. I had to take off a big glob of glue I had there. All right. Now I have to let it dry. I like this side for gluing. Oops, didn't get enough. I'm afraid to get too much. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. Now that is beautiful matting. Not that other disaster I had over there. All right, this is pretty fabulous, this little tool. Dr. E, I'm going to tell you one more time. I love it, and thank you so much for always sending me such fun, interesting things. She's always sending me something fun and interesting. Okay, so I'm going to, wrong side again, Kathy. I don't know why I always gravitate toward the black side when I like the red side. Just had to get rid of that. Because with the red side is firm, so I can literally give it a really thin, whoopsie, coat. See, I can literally scrape it on there. And make sure that the coat is super thin. And that way I don't have to worry about oozing. I really like the spooky guy over here. Let's see. I switch sides. So here I get still some of the spider web, but I get the spooky guy here. The spooky guy was hiding back there, and then here I get some of the moon. All right, I lose the bat, which is totally fine with me. And I'm okay with that. But I gain the moon. How fun is that? All right, there you have it. So super cute. This paper is so adorable. I can't take it. Absolutely adorable. All right, you got some matting done with your add-on papers. So you can see that. I'm not making anything else because I know I'm not going to be able to use it, so I don't want to waste it. For this big piece, I got to tell you, I think I'm going to go with my glue. I don't know. I feel like I need more, you know, like this power. Everything has a purpose. There's nothing that replaces anything, unfortunately, right? There's not one thing that does it all. But I'm super glad that I have that. The Sili tools. Sili or Sili? I think it's Sili. I think it's Sili. Nice. How cute are you? Oh my gosh, how adorable. Absolutely adorable. All right, guys, so those are your well, this is fun. Your photo mats. I hope you enjoyed this process. Now let's look out for the final review.